Professor Eric here. I'm a Brazilian Jiu Jitsu black belt under Michio Grubbs and Chris Howder. And I wanted to give you my number one tip that I get asked for students a lot. Over my years of teaching police officers, men, women, children, both self defense and Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, I always get asked, well, how do I get out of this situation? If somebody grabs me, what do I do here? I once had a student several years back, as I was teaching a women's self defense class, afterwards came and asked me a really weird question about how they get out of certain situation. And I said, well, explain to me a little more. And then she went into detail saying how she was at a bar with a guy and she was having a great conversation. So she invited him over to her house and she wanted to continue, in her words, the conversation. So I asked her, well, what happened? And he goes, well, after some time, he started to try to put himself on her, and she rebutted his physical advances, and he got angry, mad, and then physically, in a way, there was an altercation. And first, I don't condone what he did at all. I think that's horrible. No guy should ever do that. But he was drunk, and still, it doesn't make it right. And then I told her, I go, well, you realize that when you invited him to your house, you were signaling to him that you wanted to take the situation to the next level. She's like, no, I just want to have a conversation. And then I said, then you should have kept the conversation at the bar. And that's it. You shouldn't have taken it somewhere else. You should have avoided that situation altogether. And it was a really foreign concept to her. And that's my number one tip that I give students that I train with, is avoid the situation. A lot of white belts ask me, well, how do I get out of a triangle choke? How do I get out of an armbar? And my answer always is avoid the triangle choke, avoid the armbar, avoid extending the arm, avoid putting your head down. Yes, that's much of an oversimplification, but it's always the best thing. In any self-defense situation, to keep yourself safe, avoid it. According to police statistics, those who survived an assault or a physical altercation 100% of the time said they had a bad feeling before it happened. 100% of the time. They had a feeling that something was not right. We have an inner voice. We have an inner feeling. Listen to that. Listen to that. When someone doesn't feel right, when someone feels wrong, or you just have a nervous feeling inside, get out of the situation that you're in. Listen to that inner feeling. Don't wait around to see what happens. Don't linger longer. Avoid the situation and get out of there. Also, avoid places you shouldn't be. That's kind of one of those things of common sense. And be alert of your surroundings. Be alert. Don't just walk to your car and get in your car and have no clue what's going on. Be aware of your surroundings. Avoid any potential situation. That's my number one tip that I give students, those who I train. And in my next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you ways that you could be more alert and look for certain indicators, or what I like to call red flags, to help you be in more of your situations without always being on a fight or flight situation. Until then, stay safe and be happy.